What's going on, Team Gemini? This is Brandon on my channel. I'm Wow, here to bring you an energy reading. It's September. Sorry I haven't been in touch with you guys in a while. I think my last video update was August sometime. I had to do a little bit of self-work, had to destroy and rebuild some things so that I can bring the best of me to the best of you, so that we're meeting on that same plateau. But I hope you all have had a very strong finish to August. I hope that September has been just as lovely for you. We just came out of the harvest moon on Friday the 13th energy, which was really freaking cool. I'll maybe post some pictures. I got to put my Instagram and stuff on YouTube so you guys can check that stuff out. But I took a picture of the moon and there was a freaking dragon on it. It was really freaking cool. But anyways, sorry about that tangent. I had to, like I said, I had to take some time for myself, see what it is that I really want to bring to you guys on this channel. You'll notice if you've been with me for a while or if you're new that my readings don't sound like everybody else's. I don't do the normal tarot reading. I do energetic chakra reading so that I can help you along your spiritual path. I look at tarot as more your walk through this physical realm, through the 3D. But what I try to do is try to help you get to that higher self journey that I'm on right now so that we can walk together up the mountain, if you feel me on that. Get connected to source together, because we're better together in that, especially on this walk. But I'm really glad to be back up with you guys. Like I said, I'll try to be more consistent in the future now that I've gotten the work that I need to do for myself out of the way. And for those who've been with me, who've seen my videos before, I'll be doing a hybrid of what I used to do. I used to do a weekly read, and I used to do one specifically for the weekends. And I'll be doing kind of like a hybrid, an amalgamation of those two kind of readings. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to do 3 cards for the single Gemini, 3 cards for the Gemini that's in a loving relationship, and 3 cards for the Gemini that's maybe a bit complicated, or maybe you just kind of are trying to be that way. You're not trying to be this way or that. You're enjoying yourself, standing in your power, existing in your strength right now. But you guys are all, we're all Geminis at the end of the day. I'm a Gemini too, by the way. We're all Geminis at the end of it. So you can take information from any one of the 3 stacks. They're usually kind of fluid, so you'll kind of pick up on that, exchange the pronouns where you need to make it make sense. But don't be worried about the specific groups of cards, because there's probably information in there for all of you. All you have to do is be willing to get past the divination of the groups, okay? That wasn't exactly what I was trying to say there, but I hope it made sense. Let's go ahead and get into it. What do we have for the beautiful Gemini coming into the mid-September, end of September realm? What we have going forward to help? Whoop. Flippity floppity. I love it when the cards shoot out like that. So we're going to go ahead and get things started. The first card to pop out for the beautiful Gemini, this is where you are right now, following that intuition. Your ajna is wide open. You're seeing things as they're meant to be. You're allowing yourself to be still, to be calm, because think about it like a pool of water. When you have ripples going across it, when you have waves going across those waters, it's not easy to see to the bottom. You can't see clearly what's there. You have to wait for the waters to be still, to be calm, so that you can see what's actually going on beneath the waves. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. You're following that quiet voice. You're letting it be the loudest one inside of you. You're following that inner sound that's guiding you through this higher self journey. And that's wonderful. I love that for you, Gemini. My sage fell over. All right. So the next card to pop up for the beautiful Gemini, this is where you want to be putting yourself mentally. What you want to start thinking about is the nest, the family. We want to make sure that our roots are being tended to. We want to make sure that our soil is nice and cared for, so that it's providing nourishment to not only ourselves, but for those on our soul tribe. And like I like to tell people, your soul tribe isn't just your blood relatives. It's those that enjoy being around you, that provides you with that sacral energy, that sweetness, that provides your heart with the right fuel so that it can burn brightly. Okay, but let's make sure that we're taking care of family, making sure that we're letting them know that we cherish them, that we love them. I know things can be tough sometimes. It can be hard to reach out, but we have to make those leaps and those bounds sometimes over tall buildings so that people know that we're the super Geminis that we are. Okay? Next card to pop up for my wonderful Geminian is sacral chakra energy. Like I just said with the family thing, is that the word for The Sanskrit word for the sacral chakra is Svadhisthana, and that means sweetness. And that's what your soul unit provides, that sweetness for your life, if you allow it. If you don't, if you're closed off, you're going to notice that your heart energy is closed off too. It's going to bring you out of alignment with that higher self that you're trying to reach for, that you're trying to be. So let's make sure that we're allowing the sweetness to come in, so that we are creative, so that we are providing ourselves with that drive, that self motivation, that ambition, that makes us go forward and really go for what it is that we desire, that is healthy. You don't want to get caught on things that can be addictions or anything that you get latched onto, especially us Geminis. We can get latched onto certain things that aren't healthy for us, that don't bring us to in our power, that actually take us out of it. No matter how much we may want to attain that thing, it can really be our detriment sometimes. So don't allow that for yourself. Start putting into action things that you really enjoy, that do not harm yourself or harm others, that really truly do bring you back into alignment with that inner child, that sweetness, that pure innocence that we all once had. And I'm going to give it a shuffle again for the Geminis in love and a loving relationship. Wow, that didn't take long at all. Those cards just kind of flew out of there. Pardon me while I get out the camera frame to pick up those cards that just shot across the globe. Okay, so the first card to pop out for my beautiful Gemini in love, this is where you are right now. You're communicating honestly, openly, with integrity. Integrity is the things that we do when nobody's watching. We do it because we know it's what we're supposed to be doing. We do it because it's right, not only for us, but for our partner, for our union. And we want to make sure that we're communicating honestly, because as you can see by the picture, she's holding the key to her communication, to her throat chakra, to her Visuddha energy. And that key is honesty. If you're existing in a lie, if you are the illusionist, then you're not being 100 with your partner. And that's going to be a problem for both of you, because it's a snowball effect. So let's make sure that we're continuing to exist in that honest position, even if it does make somebody feel uncomfortable just for a little while. Sometimes you got to have a temporary discomfort to get to a long-standing, wonderful feeling. Okay? And boom, this is where you want to be at, or try to get to with your partner. Is experiencing that energy, that wonderful energetic feeling of being connected with your inner child, does not being immature. I mean, sure, you can do things that are mischievous that can be considered immature, but you want to make sure that you're having fun and you're not harming anybody when you do these things, Gemini. I know we can be a little bit mischievous sometimes. But when you're speaking with your inner child, that provides your solar plexus with that just kind of wonderment that we all had when we were a kid. When you were younger, the things that you needed in life to feel satisfied were very simple. They weren't so complicated. And when we go into our adult lives, sometimes we can get latched onto things that make us forget about what it meant to be so simplistic, to be so just pure of heart, to where we enjoy just the world around us. We're connected to things that we're being willing to open ourselves up to new experiences when we're connected to our inner child. We're always excited to learn something new. So allow that for yourselves, allow that for your partner, so that you come into strength together. If you're just coming in strong and your partner is not walking with you, then that means there's an imbalance of the energies within your partnership, and you don't want that. You want to even exchange. You want to walk together with them, so that you come in together. You walk up the mountain together. You reach the destination with each other. Okay? And like I said, that solar plexus energy is your self-expression. It's your ambition. It's your own self-worth. It's what you apply to yourself that makes you just want to get out of bed in the morning. Okay? So start thinking about that. Start wrapping your head around what it is that used to really drive you, and start trying to bring that back to it. Get playful. Maybe actually go out and play with some damn kids. You know what I mean? Like, excuse my language. But let's make sure we can, like, maybe it's going to take you actually connecting with children, you know, and getting out there and just having a good time. Maybe throwing some football, maybe playing some hopscotch, whatever. But let's make sure that we're connecting ourselves to the way we used to think when we were younger. The world was so amazing back then, wasn't it? The final card to pop out for my beautiful Gemini in love is communication. All right, that wonderful, just like the Gemini mind is a web of interesting things to say. The way our minds work is we're all over the place. We don't stop thinking. We're 100 thoughts a minute, kind of sometimes, and we have to kind of slow that down so we can like actually get things done occasionally. But allow yourself to communicate that, because people love to hear us speak our minds, because I've experienced it with other Geminis, and I've even heard it from myself. Some of the things we say are kind of off the wall, but somebody's going to climb that wall and really enjoy the climb. So allow that. Communicate your beautiful self, because Gemini, you are beautiful. The way that you apply yourself into the 3D, you bring it's like you bring your 5D self into the 3D. You speak your mind because you have no choice. And that's wonderful. Continue to do that for your partnership, especially if you're a Gemini in love, if you're a single Gemini, complicated, whatever. Continue to speak your wonderfully exotic mind to those around you, because they really do enjoy it. And we're going to get into the cards for my complicated Geminis. I know things are tough out there sometimes. Sometimes you don't know what somebody wants from you, and you don't know what you want from other people. But let's see if we can get some clarity for ourselves within this complicated life of ours. Lives. That was great communication, wasn't it? All right, so the first card to pop out for the complicated Gemini is we want to make sure that this is where you are right now. You're expanding your mind. You're allowing the crown energy to flow into you. You've got your modem connected to the universal component, so that you're downloading straight from the divine, and that's a fantastic place to be in. Your mind energy allows you to think with logic and with imagination, and come to a result from the combination of those two. So continue to allow that for yourself. That's a beautiful place to be in. Continue to expand your not only your consciousness, but your connection to the absolute consciousness out there as well. That way there's just a constant flow from your mind to the universe to your mind. Okay, that's fantastic energy. I love that, Gemini. Next card to pop out for my complicated Geminis, my middle ground Geminis out there, is we want to stay grounded, okay? We want to make sure that our roots are as you can see by the picture here, pardon the blur and the glare, this young man sitting here is part tree and part human, and it's all one being. When we have good, healthy roots, when our base chakra is in alignment, we're connected to the world around us. We realize that the world is aware of us and wants to work in unison with us to get us where we need to go. By grounding yourself occasionally, you can uncomplicate yourself like that. Just by getting out there and spending some time with the world around you, with nature, getting out there and getting physical, maybe going for a jog or dancing a little bit out there and just under the moonlight. You know, something weird, maybe. Somebody might consider that weird, dancing in the moonlight, but there's plenty of people who enjoy it. I enjoy myself, so don't judge, all right? No connection shaming, all right? But let's make sure that we're staying grounded in the world around us. I know that, like I said, our minds can fly sometimes and fly right off the planet, but we want to make sure that we have a tandem, something that connects us to the ground, something that makes sure that we don't float away, up and away and gone, and where's Gemini going? No, we want to make sure that we can pull ourselves back down and say, yeah, that was fun, but I love this world too, and I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my immediate environment, my expanded environment, however you want to take that. Let's make sure that our roots are good and strong, okay? And I'll pull one from the bottom. Close things out. Crown energy, baby. I love it. Put into action being present in your world, okay? Don't worry about things that, you know, you're not sure of how they're going to turn out, because sometimes you just have to kind of let things play out. And you'll see a lot of the times when you do that, when you think, let it be, like the great John Lennon said, or the Beatles. I know they had an album, I think, by the name of that. But when you let it be, things kind of just fall into place. They lock in there. Chink, 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 chink. You don't have to try so hard, because the universe is going to take care of you, especially if you're grounding yourself. You're already expanding your mind with your intelligence and allowing that divine wisdom to pour into you. You're allowing Source to speak directly to you through your crown. And that's fantastic. Continue to do that. Continue to walk up this path, or up, down, sideways, whatever. Let's continue to move along this path of existence, and really be present in the moment now, take into accountability what you do have, not what you don't. And the things that you deserve will fall into your beautiful Geminian hands. Well, that's all I have for you for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really glad to be back up with you and doing these kind of things again. Like I said, I'll be more consistent in the future so that I don't take a month off like I did before, unless I need to do some self-work. Let's hope that doesn't come up again. But it had to happen. But yes, thank you. Shout out to your spiritual team, your soul tribe, for bringing us together for this moment. Shout out to mine for bringing us together. And I'll continue to rock out. Let's rock out together. I'll be talking to you soon. In the meantime, continue to take care of yourself and everybody else as much as you can. Love you. Peace. Namaste.